Long, long ago, when the hills of Nasude still whispered the secrets of the gods, and the mighty Ika market of Ndiuno overflowed with traders, hunters, and dreamers, there lived a man called Ichi Amaechi. Ichi Amaechi was a man of great respect, a custodian of traditions, a voice among the council of elders, a man whose words could settle wars before the first spear was thrown. He was a man whom the gods loved, or so everyone thought. In those days, there was a sacred belief among the people. Oji anagi asiyasi, the Kolanut does not lie. Whenever truth was in doubt, whenever accusations tore the village apart, the people of Ndiuno would gather under the ancient Oji tree in the village square, and the elders would break the Kolanut. Its breakage would reveal the will of the gods, splitting clean for truth, splintering or refusing to crack for lies and treachery. But one day, a day carved deep into the memory of Ndiuno, the Kolanut did something no one had ever seen before. It lied. The trouble began when Ozoemena, a young farmer with arms as strong as the Iroko roots, found a fortune deep in the forest, a pot of ancient cowries buried under the roots of a fallen tree. The villagers said it was a blessing from the gods, a reward for his honesty and hard work. But envy is a slow poison, and in the heart of Ichi Amaechi, envy began to fester. "How can a common farmer," he spat, "one who does not even pour libation to the spirits, be favored over a titled elder like me?" And so Ichi Amaechi devised a plan. A dark, twisted plan. One evening, as the crimson sun bled across the sky, he summoned the council of elders to his compound. There, standing before the flickering flames of the ancestral fire, he accused Ozoemena of theft. "He has stolen from the shrine of Amadioha," Ichi bellowed. "The pot of cowries belongs to the gods." The villagers gasped. The penalty for stealing from a shrine was death, swift and without mercy. Ozoemena fell to his knees, his voice breaking like dry wood. "I am innocent. Let the Kola speak for me." The elders agreed. They gathered at the village square, beneath the heavy branches of the sacred Oji tree. Children clung to their mothers. Drummers beat slow, ominous rhythms. The air was thick, heavy, almost choking. Ichi Amaechi himself brought forward the kola, a large, flawless nut, still wet with the morning dew. He lifted it high, chanted the ancient prayers to Chukwu Okike, and cracked it before all eyes. The kola split clean, perfectly, beautifully into 4 equal parts. The villagers gasped again, but this time in sorrow. The kola had spoken. Ozoemena was guilty. Tears streaming down his face, Ozoemena cried out, "But the kola lies today. It lies." The elders, bound by tradition, had no choice. Ozoemena was dragged away, his cries echoing into the night. Days turned into moons. Life in Ndiuno returned to its rhythm. But the land itself seemed unsettled. The streams dried faster. The yams withered before harvest. Children fell sick with strange fevers. The gods, it seemed, were angry. It was the oldest woman in the village, Mama Njideka, who first spoke the unspeakable. At the next market day, as the elders sat chewing kola under the Oji tree, she shuffled forward, her voice thin but sharp as a blade. "The kola has been stained," she croaked. "The gods see the hands that touch it. If the hands are unclean, the kola will lie." Her words spread like wild bushfire. Soon rumors buzzed like flies. Had Ichi Amaechi tampered with the sacred kola? Had he manipulated the gods themselves? One night, the high priest of the shrine of Amadioha, Daik Nso, called a secret gathering. There, before only the most trusted elders, a new ritual was performed. A fresh kola was fetched, untouched by human hands, plucked by a child born under the Afo market day, under the full moon. They broke the kola in silence, praying for the truth. The pieces of the kola scattered wildly, no neat split, no clean answer, only chaos. And when they performed the ancient divination, it was revealed. Ichi Amaechi had lied. He had poisoned the kola, rubbing the sacred nut with a forbidden powder that blinded the god's sight. The very next day, the Council of Ndiuno stripped Ichi Amaechi of all titles. His red cap was torn from his head, his staff of office snapped in two. He was led into the forest, never to return. As for Ozoemena, the villagers found him, battered but alive, living in exile by the border of Ikozala forest. They brought him home, bathed his wounds, and restored him to honor. And so it was learned, not only in Indiuno, but across all the lands of Igboland. It is not the kola that lies, but the hands that offer it. And even today, when the elders gather and the kola is presented, the people whisper a prayer. Let the hands that break the kola be pure, or let silence be our answer. Because once, just once, the Kolanut lied. The people of Indiuno believed the storm had passed. They had cast Ichi Amaechi into the wilderness. They had restored Azuemena's honor. They had cleansed the land with sacrifices, goats, chickens, rivers of palm wine. But the gods do not forget so easily. You see, when Ichi Amaechi poisoned the sacred kola, he did not only betray his people. He had offended the spirit of Oji itself, the ancient spirit of the Kolanut, older than even the trees, older than the hills. And that spirit, wounded and dishonored, did not leave Indiuno untouched. It started slowly, a whisper among the hunters. One night, Obina, the greatest hunter in all the 7 villages, returned from the forest, trembling like a leaf in Harmattan wind. He spoke of a woman of smoke and bone, standing under the great achi tree, weeping, holding a broken kolanut that bled red like fresh palm oil. They called me by name. Obina whispered to the elders, his eyes wild. The spirits called me thief, liar. Soon, others began to see things. Mothers heard laughter in their yam barns at midnight. Fishermen found their nets empty, no matter how rich the river. Children cried in their sleep, speaking strange names no one recognized. The village knew Oji had turned its face away. Desperate, the people turned again to the shrine of Amadioha. They brought offerings, white goats without blemish, kola nuts as large as fists, even beads from across the rivers of Ida. But when the chief priest, Dike Enso, tried to break the kola during the sacrifice, the nut refused to crack. He pressed harder. Still, it stayed whole. Trembling, he knew what it meant. The gods were silent. The elders gathered under the sacred Ukwa tree. Azuemena, now a respected elder himself, spoke with a heavy heart. We have banished the man, he said, but not the sin. The land remembers. The spirits demand more. What more can we give? Cried Obianuju, the daughter of Njideka, her voice thick with fear. The kola must be cleansed, said an old voice from the shadows. All heads turned. It was Agadi Nwanyi Ugo, the blind priestess of the hidden grove, a woman so ancient that even the oldest men called her Mother of Time. She shuffled forward, her white hair flowing like smoke. The kola spirit demands truth, she rasped. Until truth is spoken from mouth to mouth, heart to heart, the land will remain cursed. And who must speak this truth? Asked Ozuemena. Agadi Nwanyi pointed a bony finger toward the thick forests beyond the river. Only the one who caused the lie, or his blood. The people gasped. Ichi Amaechi was gone, swallowed by the wilds beyond Igbo Ukwu. No one knew if he still lived. No one dared to seek him. But there was one. A boy, no older than 15 seasons, living at the edge of the village, alone with his widowed mother. His name was Chukwuma, and he was Ichi Amaechi's only surviving blood. The council debated, could they really summon a boy, innocent of his father's sins, to pay the price? But the signs were clear. The gods had spoken. On the day of Izuafo, when all the markets joined and the world felt nearest to the spirits, they brought Chukwuma before the elders. The boy stood proud, barefoot, dust clinging to his thin legs. I have done no wrong, he said quietly. We know, said Ozuemena, his voice thick with sorrow, but blood remembers. And so they led Chukwuma to the Oji tree, the very one where Ichi Amaechi had broken the cursed kola. There, under the burning gaze of the ancestors, Chukwuma was handed a fresh kola nut. Speak, whispered Agadi Nwanyi. The boy lifted the kola high. I am Chukwuma, son of Amaechi. I carry his blood but not his lies. I offer this kola with clean hands. Let the spirits see me. Let the truth break free. He cracked the kola. The nut burst open, not clean, not broken, but glowing, golden, as if lit from within. From the split nut, a tiny wisp of smoke rose, forming into the figure of a man, tall, broad, heavy with regret. It was Ichi Amaechi himself, or his spirit. and in a voice that rolled like distant thunder, he spoke, "Forgive me. I was blinded by pride, poisoned by envy. I deceived my people. I shamed the spirits. Let my line bear this shame no longer." The smoke dissolved. The ground trembled. The branches of the Oji tree swayed, though no wind blew. The villagers fell to their knees. The curse had lifted. From that day, Ndiuno flourished once more. The streams returned. The yams grew fat and golden. The Kolanut once again spoke true. But the people never forgot the lesson carved deep into their bones. It is not enough for hands to be clean. The blood must be clean. The truth must be spoken. And so, whenever the Kola is broken in Ndiuno, even today, they chant a new prayer. Oji anagi asi, only when the heart is pure. Because once, just once, the Kolanut lied, and the world almost crumbled. But the tale is far from over. For even as peace returned to Ndiuno and the Kolanut once again cracked with truth, something ancient still stirs beneath the soil. Something older than Amaichi's envy, older even than the gods they prayed to. A shadow moves through the forests beyond Igbo Ukwu. A name is whispered in dreams. A forgotten secret awaits, to be unraveled. Because when the blood speaks, the past awakens. And what if the Kolanut never lied at all? Will the people of Ndiuno survive the truth that comes next? Find out in Part 2, a revelation that will shake the very roots of Igbo land. Don't miss it. Hit that subscribe button now, like this video, share with your fellow lovers of great storytelling, and drop a comment below. What lesson did you take from this powerful tale? Let's hear your thoughts as we await the mind-blowing continuation. The spirit of Oji watches, and so do we.